Hey, today I have a review of Michelle Phan Cosmetics products. Now, just as a disclaimer, I am not in any way affiliated or sponsored or connected to Michelle Phan or Cosmetics. I did purchase them using some special sales and discounts that they had recently, and these are just my honest opinions about the products. So the first item I'm going to talk about right now are the Michelle Phan Waterliners, and these are formulated to stay on your waterline. And so the first one that I got was actually from my Ipsy bag, and this is the one that's responsible for kind of sparking my curiosity, and this is in the shade Bronze Kiss. So after I tried this out and tested it out and used it on my waterline and even on my lash line, I was very satisfied with the pigmentation, with the ease of application, and with its lasting power throughout the whole day. I apply my makeup in the morning. I really don't want to have to touch up on anything throughout the day, and so I have very long days at school and at work, and so when I noticed that this didn't budge, when it didn't melt or smudge on my lash line and waterline, I thought, well, maybe I should give some of the other products a try. And so I ended up purchasing 3 more colors with the special discounts and sales that they had. The first one is the ever popular Rose Gold, and the second one is Royal Amethyst, and the third one is Sunshine Yellow. For something on the waterline to brighten the eye, the best one for that major pop of brightness is Sunshine Yellow, and Rose Gold is good for a more subtle look, and I have that on my waterline. I never thought about using something metallic, but this gives a different kind of glimmer or illumination to my eyes. I like that this has a retractable pencil and you have a smudger tip and a sharpener at the very end. My hands are kind of wet from some hand lotion that I put on, but I can assure you that there is a sharpener and a smudger tip over here. In comparison to the Urban Decay 24/7 eyeliners, these are not as creamy. These are formulated to be a little bit more dry so they stay on your waterline. I do like that these have a slightly drier texture. It doesn't mean that they're not creamy, but it just means that it doesn't feel like the lead is going to break as easily, because sometimes when I am using the Urban Decay eyeliners, I feel like when I'm sharpening it, it's so soft, I'm worried that I'm going to break the lead off instantly, and these, I don't have that kind of worry. These are priced at $20. And even though they're kind of pricey, I think that these are excellent quality eyeliners. So I think that if there's one thing that you should consider looking at, the waterliners are one of them. And with the special deals going on, I decided to try the Holiday Life palette in the New Year Countdown edition. I kept on thinking about New York because New Year's, you know, with the Big Apple kind of drop. Anyways, this is an eye, lip, and cheek palette that retails for $29. You get 6 eyeshadows, a blush, and 2 lip products. But what's interesting is that one of the, the eyeshadows can also function as a highlighter for your face. So you look at the packaging, it's sleek, it's got a good weight to it. I know some people complain about it, they think it looks cheap. I don't agree with that. I mean, it does look really young. I'm struggling with describing it because you kind of have to see it and hold it in person to know that the packaging is good quality. Now, when you compare the regular full price of this eye, lip, and cheek palette to other eye, lip, and cheek palettes that are in the market, it is on the pricey side. So, I mean, I feel like with a discount, it's definitely more reasonable. For example, with the Too Faced palette, I get 8 eyeshadows, 4 lip glosses, and a blush, and the blush kind of fell apart here. But this one retailed for about $18 to $22. I get, you know, a few more products in this. And the Sephora palette that I have here also has 8 eyeshadows and 5 lipsticks and a blush, and this one retailed for $16. So looking at this palette, it is kind of pricey It's a much better deal when you get a discount. So say if you have 30% off, this is $20, so it's a little closer in price to the Too Faced palette, but then taking advantage of some other discounts, like that one Black Friday sale, this was even cheaper during that Black Friday sale, depending on how much that you spent. You have the name of the palette and the names of each of the products on the back, and that's very convenient. And when you open it, you have a generously sized mirror here. I don't want to blind you. And here are all of the products. So starting with the lip products over here, we have Sparkling Punch, Stroke of Plum right next to it, Clock Strikes Midnight, which is a very pigmented matte navy blue eyeshadow. Right after that, we have Happy New Year, which is like a deep brown, almost black color with some glitters here. It looks like you have some silver or gold glitters, some metallic glitters. And next to that is my favorite shade in the whole palette. This is Cranberry Cocktail. And after that, we have Couples Gold, which is like a deep coppery gold color. And then we have right next to that, Good Cheers, which is like a peach champagne color. This is a satin finish. And after that, we have Sequin Dress. And in the center, we have a plummy, shimmery blush color, and this is in the shade Countdown. Now, I have all of these products on my face right now, and let me tell you that there are some definite hits and misses with this palette as a whole. The definite miss for me is this shade over here, Sequin Dress. It looks absolutely gorgeous in the pan. If you're expecting a lot of pigmentation, I can't quite guarantee that you'll get it with this shade. It's not as creamy, it's not as buttery as all the other products in here, and there's a lot of fallout, so make sure that when you are using this shade on your eyelid, for example, that you do your foundation and concealer last. Make sure that you pack it on with a really stiff brush, and make sure that you have a primer that will really stick to all the glitters and shimmers in here. It does have a slightly patchy application. If you look over here on my finger, it doesn't quite hang together. It's not super buttery. And then when I swatch it on my finger, you really do have to pack it on and press it to make sure that it doesn't fall apart. Otherwise, it's a gorgeous shade. I wish that the formulation were altered a little bit. There are some beautiful, beautiful iridescent glitters that reflect purple and green in the light. Good Cheer is the shade that I've used on my brow bone because I feel like having a satin finished champagne shadow on my brow bone kind of offsets the super glitteriness of Sequin Dress on my eyelid and the shimmeriness of all the other colors. So this one's a pretty good eyebrow color here, evens out everything. Couples Gold, it blends wonderfully, it's buttery. Cranberry Cocktail, I wish that there were replacement pans for this because I would buy several refills of this color alone. I want more of this color. It's beautiful. And Happy New Year over here, it's great for using in the outer V to contour. I like that a lot. And sometimes I like to use it on my eyes as like a softer eyeliner option, but I do prefer Clock Strikes Midnight as my eyeliner color. So overall, the rest of the colors perform wonderfully. I can't, always say the same for Sequin Dress. It does work wonderfully as a highlighter. The two lip colors are on my lips right now. I did use a lip brush to apply it. You can apply it with your fingers, but you can get a much better, more precise application with a lip brush. So keep that in mind. And the blush color is gorgeous. I think it's one of the things that attracted me to this palette. Let me swatch it here for you. It's super pigmented, but it blends out wonderfully. It's very difficult to overdo this blush. When you blend it out, for me, on my skin tone, it almost doubles as a contour. So I have that on my cheekbones over here. It's absolutely stunning. I think the colors complement each other beautifully. And now I'm going to be honest with you, I had a love-hate relationship with this palette. I had thought about returning it. I don't know. But then, you know, after I used it for a little while longer, played with it more, I realized I actually do kind of like it. What drew me to this palette is the use of a plum shimmery blush. My other eye, lip, and cheek palettes, they either have like a nude blush or a pink blush, but they didn't have a plum blush, and I liked that everything in this palette just went together. I love how the colors just mesh together wonderfully. Like, I can't say that enough times. I think that's one of the greatest strengths of this palette, is that all the colors just go together. Otherwise, I'm pretty satisfied with this palette.